So it's out of Shabbos once again, and once again I would like to share some thoughts and some feelings in Yonah D'Yoma. This coming Shabbos is called Shabbos Chazayin, and we read the painful Chazayin, the vision of Chazayin Yeshayahu ben Amoitza Shachazo al Yerushalayim. It is already Chodesh Av, Mishenechnas Av Mema'atin B'Simcha. These are days of mourning, days in which we long and remember Yerushalayim Yirat Kodesh and the Beis Hamikdash. To mourn for Mabayis is a chiyuv. It is something which is imperative. In Gittin Daf Nun Zayin Medalav Chazal tell the story of Pasachani Shel Yerushalayim. It was a town of tzaddikim, of righteous people. So why was it destroyed? Mishum delo yabuli al Yerushalayim, because they did not mourn Yerushalayim. Lo tablu al Yerushalayim yirat kodesh. In days of yore, everybody mourned Yerushalayim. Especially the great Gedolim and Tzaddikim. I heard from my great Rebbe, the Tzanzer Rebbe, the Divrei Yatzav Zechat Tzadish V'Kodesh L'Bracha, that the Chassam Sofer every year, Erev Yom Kippurim by Sudam Afsekas, cried bitterly. He filled a cup with his tears, and he drank that cup of tears, and that was the last cup he drank before Tisha B'Av. And that happened every Erev Tisha B'Av. Filled a cup with his tears and drank that cup. In the Rosh Hashanah, we read that the Noida B'Yehuda, from Rosh Chodesh Av, all he ate was lechem yavesh and eifa, dry bread and ashes. And Tisha B'Av, he cried bitterly all day and all night. And passerbys on the street that passed his house were shocked to hear his crying. Our generation has difficulty, at least Abel and Yerushalayim. We live in an age of plenty. Most Jews live in democratic, decent societies, basically decent. We have amassed amazing wealth, more than Jewish people ever had in the past. So we have difficulty with Avedas al Yerushalayim. When you go to shuls, to yeshivas, and Sesame Tshuva Rosh Hashanah Yom Kippurim, everybody is crying. Because we're good Jews. We believe in HaKadosh Baruch Hu. We tremble me'emas yom adin. But you don't see that many people crying and mourning for Yerushalayim, because it seems so distant. But when we learn the Gemara in Sanhedrin Kuf Daled Amud Beis, it shouldn't be difficult at all to cry for Yerushalayim. So in Sanhedrin Kuf Daled Amud Beis, Chazal tell the story, Masa B'Yishuach HaShchemta Shel Rabban Amir, Shemeis Lo Ben, Oise Boicha B'Leilos, Al Ben Teshchoides Shemeis Lo. I'm combining the Lashon of the Gemara in Sanhedrin and Eichu Rabbosi Perek Aleph. V'hoyo Rabbi Gamliel Shomei Kol Bichya V'Boicha Ima Ad Shenoshru Yisei Einav Adoi Dechsiv Bochoi Tifka B'Laylo V'Dimosa Alechia. That's a posuk in Megillas Eichu. And I asked, what does it have to do with Chorban Yerushalayim, with Chorban Beis Hamikdash? A personal human tragedy. A child died, and his mother is crying. And his mother is crying. When a child dies, yes, mothers cry. And Rabbi Gamliel, the neighbor, hears her cry in the middle of the night, and he can't sleep, and he cries with her. What does it have to do with Megillas Eicha? It has to do. Because the Novi Zechariah when he is Menaba and Kates Ayam and Bias Mashiach. The Navi says, Oid Yesh was a Canaan was a Canaan is Berachovis Yerushalayim, Ish Mishanto Biyode Meroi Yomim, Yelodam Yelodo is Misahakim Berachovoteha. What does that have to do with the Geula? It's a utopian life of bliss. Zakanim and Zakairos will sit out in the parks and they will enjoy seeing their Eneklach and Ur Eneklach, great grandchildren and great great grandchildren. Where's Mashiach? Where's the Kohen Gadol? They're there. So my understanding of the Navi is this. Beis HaMikdash is not only Korbanos. Beis HaMikdash is Asheras HaShchina. And Asheras HaShchina is Ha'oras Ponim Shel HaKadosh Baruch Hu, which means Midas HaRachamim, which means a wonderful life. Korban Beis HaMikdash is not only Bitul HaKorbanos, Siluk HaShchina, which equals Hester Ponim, which equals Midas HaDin, which equals pain and suffering. So when Rabban Gamliel hears his neighbor, a woman, crying bitterly all night for a child that perished, that is a manifestation of Korban Abayis. Because little children should be playing out in the streets. Little children is what the Navi Zechariah describes when he says, Yelodim, Yelodos, Misachakim Berachovoteha. So why do babies die? Why do little children perish? That is a manifestation of Siluk HaShchina, of Hester Ponim, of Midas HaDin. Yes, it has to do with Korban Yerushalayim. So my dear friends, is it that hard to mourn Yerushalayim? Just open your eyes, open your ears, open your hearts. Try to listen to Rabbi Gamliel's neighbor that's crying in the middle of the night for a child that perished. There is so much suffering out there. Just look around. Just care. In every shchuna, virtually in every street corner, there is some shchentoi shel Rabbi Gamliel sheboicha b'leilos. There are too many of them. Too many shchentoi shel Rabbi Gamliels that cry all night. And there's so much pain and so much suffering. And it is all a manifestation of Korban Abayis. So it shouldn't really be that tough and that hard to be Misavel on Yerushalayim, especially in the midst of this pandemic. Since this pandemic started, more than 2,000 Anshe Shlomeinu perished. In America, Europe, and Eretz Yisrael. Hundreds upon hundreds of families, thousands of families mourned their loved ones that passed away only from Corona. And there's so much more suffering and pain going on. So just open your hearts, open your eyes, and just listen. Listen in the middle of the night, and you're going to hear unless you're deaf. So it shouldn't be that hard to be Misabel al Yerushalayim. And this pandemic, as all other Jewish suffering, is a manifestation of Korban Abayis. And I once again plead with everyone, this Magef is a tragedy in many levels. Not only in the course of human life, families that are mourning the dead, parnassus that were destroyed. So many people have lost all they had and struggling just to sustain their lives. It's a tragedy in Ruchnius, when thousands upon thousands of yeshiva bochum don't really have any disciplined framework of yeshiva. And the only way we could make this go away until there will be a vaccine, which is not likely that will be in the near future, is only by following the rules. And I once again plead, as I've done 1,000 times in the past few months, wear masks, distance yourself, take the test if you have symptoms, daven and learn. Kodesh Baruch Hu should take this away. We need to follow the rules, especially in Eretz Yisrael. Numbers are rising dramatically. Not only the numbers of ill, the number of deaths, the number of seriously ill people, the number of ventilators that are being used. Hashem Yerachi. If we will feel the pain and we don't understand that it's all associated with Chorban Beis HaMikdash, and Chazal say. So the more on the end of Tanas, Kolam is Abel al Yerushalayim Zeich Levaroya B'Minyana, Kodesh Baruch Hu Shesed Os Mashiach Tzidkeinu, V'yivne Lano Beis Mikdosheinu V'Sefarteinu B'Biaz Goel Tzedek B'Meheru V'Yameinu Amen. Have a beautiful Shabbos.